Hi everyone. So today in this video, I want to talk about the dynamics of toxic relationships and why it becomes so difficult to change, shift, or leave. This is a topic that actually most people don't talk about because it's very difficult, it's very personal, it's very intense. But I wanted to shed some light on it. So if you are stuck inside, a toxic dynamic, a family dynamic, a personal relationship, or a marriage, that I want to give you a little way out, but also an understanding of what's going on, what may be going on with you. So most people don't stay in toxic relationships because it's healthy. It just, or they don't see the problem. If they stay because whatever once felt wrong, it now feels normal. Not all at once, slowly, slowly, it begins to feel normal. The tone inside the relationship, the tension, the walking on eggshells, the overthinking after every conversation, it becomes your normal way of operating. And at some point, you just stop questioning it. I have talked to clients who are like, well, that's just how it is going to be. I just have to succumb to the fact that this is just my life. It's heartbreaking, but that's really the reality of so many women inside these kind of dynamics. But just because you have learned to live with something, it doesn't mean it's healthy. It just means that you have adapted to it. And adaptation can make you feel stuck inside something that's quietly damaging you, breaking you in ways that you don't realize. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you normalize what's hurting you, why it feels so hard to leave or to change it, and what actually needs to shift if you're going to break out of that pattern. So stay till the end. By the way, my name is Meena Puri. I help you resolve emotional triggers at the root so you can live with clarity and ease. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you have a notebook and a paper or pen, you may want to take notes. So number one is normalizing is not acceptance. It's not because you're accepting the situation. It's just that your nervous system is shut down. You didn't become okay with it. You adapted to survive it. What once felt wrong, it feels familiar, and familiar feels safe. So the problem with this is your body does not give you signal when there is maybe danger because it doesn't perceive it. It perceives even the danger to be normal. So you stay, not because it's healthy, it's because it's known. So it's your nervous system shutting down after decades of being exposed to what was not normal, and now it just is not responding. It's just too overwhelmed. Um, it's almost like too clogged. It doesn't have space to think clearly. The second point is the damage is subtle. So, and it's also accumulative. It's nothing happens just, it's not one big event, it's a daily erosion. It's like you're always over explaining, you're always shrinking, or you're walking on eggshells. This is where chronic stress um, becomes a part of your life. The fatigue, the anxiety, and physical symptoms. So your body tries to carry what your mind is always trying to justify. That's a big problem because the body experiences what it experiences, but your mind tells it that it's okay. There's a big gap between what the body experiences, what the mind is telling it that it is. That creates that internal pressure is what leads to anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and far worse. So third thing that's happening we talked about the nervous system shutting down in the first point. Is the what I want to highlight is the capacity. Your nervous system just does not have capacity to make a decision to come out of that same loop. So it's not that you don't know. Many people know what they're inside. They just don't have the capacity to do different, to make a decision different, to make a different decision. So when the nervous system is running over capacity, small decisions that look insurmountable, that you can't possibly make those big decisions. Everything feels overwhelming. And this is why when someone tells you just leave, it just doesn't work. You have thought about that before, but your whole being is not prepared for that kind of decision, for that kind of the consequence of that decision. So unfortunately and sadly, if you are stuck inside this dynamic, first of all, my heart goes out to you. I work with so many women who are stuck inside this dynamic. Many are able to break free. Some continue to struggle. So what helps one break free? To break free means is that you have to disrupt the same old pattern. You have to bring in something new to disrupt the pattern. In Ayurveda, we call it like the second element or the third element. Let's call it the third element. So what is that disruptor? So I want you to take a moment and go back to the time when you were maybe 10 years old. How did you think life would be at this age? Your body remembers that. So can you ask your body, what did it feel like at 10-year-old when I thought about when I would be 50, 60 years old and what my life would be? So remind yourself of that. And also think about the future. What do you want your life to be when you are 10 years from now? What do you want your life to be? Sometimes it doesn't matter how much struggle we go through, the heart's desire, it still remains under the surface. And the desire isn't gone anywhere. It's just that we have not taken the time to connect with it because we think, why bother? There's a very good reason for you to bother because that's what's going to disrupt the cycle. If you can ignite that little fire within, it's that little fire that's going to help you break loose from something that is actually very damaging for you, and no one sees that damage until it is too late. Talking to somebody, having a conversation with somebody who can shed some light and give you some options and give you some guidance. So I will leave you with that. I will also invite you to go ahead and schedule a call with me. I can be that third element to help you disrupt that cycle, to have a conversation. Sometimes the words that we need to speak, sometimes somebody else needs to hear and validate us, so we're not going crazy inside our own head. You don't know what you don't know. Somebody else, I can shed light on many things, and it may not be as difficult as you perceive it to be. So I will post a link in the video description and in the comments. If you like, you can go ahead and schedule a call. It's not a sales call. It's just a conversation with you to see where you're at, where do you want to go, and what would actually help you move the needle so you continue to suffer inside a dynamic that you actually don't have to. Don't continue to punish yourself with the same old dynamic that's actually slowly, slowly eroding you and breaking you apart. So go ahead and click the link if you want to schedule a call. I would love to have a conversation with you. And in the meantime, if you know someone else, another woman, a friend, a neighbor, a colleague, a sibling, a family member who's suffering in some kind of a toxic relationship dynamic, please share it with them. And if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.